Good evening and welcome to North Central High School for tonight's Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference football game between number 4 Center Grove and North Central. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kitchell, and we welcome you to Center Grove Trojan football. Ted, tonight the big storyline is the weather. Heavy rain here at North Central High School. Also very chilly temperatures. Definitely we got some fall weather here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely football weather. Center Grove has a pretty good following no matter if it's at home or on the road, and there's only about 40 or 50 people over there in the stands right now. So that kind of tells you, they didn't make the drive up from the south side, but it continues to rain. It's going to be cold, but I think Coach Moore has his team moving in the right direction after a big win on the road last week at Ben Davis, and I would expect them to continue their good play tonight.
Ted, in this ball game tonight, some could consider this a trap game for Center Grove. Last week, like you mentioned, a big win for Center Grove over number 2 Ben Davis, 17-14. Of course, next week the Trojans will host Warren Central, but you can't overlook this North Central team. They defeated the Trojans 2 of the last 3 years.
Yeah, and exactly. It has been a little bit of a trap game. I know about 3 years ago they came to Center Grove and they were able to beat Center Grove. A very good Center Grove football team. So it was a team that, and then last year they beat them 14-7. So it's a North Central team that always has plenty of talent. They've got one kid on here going to Wisconsin. He plays on both sides of the ball. He's an outstanding player. But I would guess that Coach Moore has talked about nothing but that being a trap game, especially after getting such a big win last week. I'm sure they enjoyed it for a day or two, but then they were focused on North Central and getting back to business, and I would expect them to play very well, especially in a game tonight where you're going to need to run the ball well to be successful.
So again, tonight the Center Grove Trojans are taking on the North Central Panthers in this all-important conference matchup. We'll take a break, and coming up after the break, we'll have the kickoff for tonight's ball game. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Whether you are looking for a low-maintenance community in a luxurious wooded setting such as Sycamore Ridge, the breathtaking views and rolling landscapes of Kensington Grove, the gently rolling hills and convenience of Calvert Farms, the intimate luxury setting of Claiborne, site of the 2006 Homerama, or the private gated communities of Persimmon Woods or Whitetail Woods, Duke Homes has a community to fit your needs. For information about all that Duke Homes and Duke Communities have to offer, visit DukeHomes.com.
Welcome back to Center Grove football. I'm Kevin Conrad, now joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Eric Moore. Coach, last Friday night, what a fantastic team effort. Good team win for you guys for Ben Davis. I'm sure you had to be thrilled with that big win.
Well, it's always good to win. It's always good to win another game in the Mid-Conference, and it's even better when it can be over one of the top teams like Ben Davis High School. It was a great effort by our team, and our kids played just flawless football at times. And then when we didn't, we really did a good job of picking each other up. So I'm real proud of the effort, but I'm also proud of the fact that we fought back with adversity. And when the offense didn't do well, the defense picked it up. And the defense didn't do well, the offense picked it up. Just a total team victory. Very physical game, and one really to put your signature to for this class, So I challenged them that they hadn't really beaten anybody, and this was a team to go get, and that they did, and we're very proud of that effort.
And you talk about the physicality of this game. You guys won it in the trenches. The offensive line, defensive line, both sides of the ball, just very physical. Yeah,
except for a long drive they had on defense early in the game. The defense stepped up, and then obviously at the end of the game came through and made a big play on 4th down. And the offense had a 17-play drive where we, just kicked butt all the way down the field and really did a good job of knocking it in. They were an excellent tackling team, and we never could get away from them. I'd be calling a play on 2nd and 7, and we'd see the play go, and then my spotter would say, "Okay, 3rd and 2, coach." It looked like we were going to get 15, we get 5. And Tony Allen is well worth the admission paid to see that kid play. I'm glad I never have to see him play. Hopefully for a while, maybe we can see him down the road, but he did a great job of tackling. All Ben Davis' team did a really good job of tackling right where the contact was made, as did the Trojans. So just a fun battle.
Right now, Coach, 2 games left in the regular season. You're right there in the MIC race. Obviously, you need a little help for Carmel to get beat. Obviously, you got to take care of business, win tonight, win next week. But the MIC race is still up for grabs.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better situation, but, we really don't care about that. We're just going to try to go out and beat North Central tonight and then try to beat the Warren Central team the next week. And if the football gods fall as they do sometimes, and maybe it'll roll our way. So if not, we're here to play in October and November in the tournament. That's what it's all about. We're playing good football right now. We just got to continue to stay healthy, and hopefully we can roll into the playoffs with a good, healthy team that's ready to go the distance.
How about this North Central team tonight, Coach? I know they're very physical and obviously very fast, a lot of good athletes, and obviously defensively they're very, very good.
Very good defensively. I don't know if they can tackle quite as well as Ben Davis did. So I'm hoping we can get some leadoffs on that. But very physical up front, very big. Their end is 6'7", 290, 300 pounds. Plays very well. Played great last year. They have a very good returning number 25. I can't quite think of his name. Their returning linebacker, just a great football player. So that's the strength of their team. Their offense is they have an awesome halfback, maybe one of the better running backs we've seen all year. And then, to go with that, they're a little bit young. But they're probably the best 2 and 5 team I've seen since I've been coaching. They've been in all these games, and they just make a player here at the end. They could probably win. We just hope they don't find the ingredient to do that tonight. But we're going to make them tackle, and that's what it's all about. We got to go out there and we got to get first downs and control the football and make long, tough drives, and then not give up points against North Central by long runs or long passes. Just keep the game slow and in the trenches.
And Coach, it looks like we're on to battle the elements again tonight with Mother Nature. Boy, we've had a lot of rain, but hopefully the lightning will stay away tonight.
Well, the lightning shouldn't be a factor. I'm worried about snow maybe. Actually, I'm not worried. We're an all-weather team, and our passing game might be a little lacking tonight, but so will theirs. So it's going to be a runner's dream tonight, and we hope we can get our cleats in the ground and get going. And that's what we're built for, all-weather football. So that's part of the game.
All right, Coach Moore, thanks for your time. Best of luck tonight against the Panthers.
Thanks. Hope everybody can come out, stay dry, stay warm. Go Trojans.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra trucks. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
And now a word from your friends from Floors to Go.
This is Joe Trester with Floors to Go here in Greenwood, Indiana. The store has been in business since 1976. We have a new building that has state-of-the-art products: carpet, hardwood, laminate floors, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, ceramic tile, porcelain, bamboo.
The new Floors to Go has more room, more flooring products, and more deals per square foot.
Stay tuned for more from Floors to Go.
It's a cold, rainy night here at North Central High School for tonight's conference matchup between the 4th-ranked Center Grove Trojans and the North Central Panthers. Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kitchell with you tonight. Head coach of the Trojans, Eric Moore, now in his 14th year at Center Grove. State champs back in 2008 under Coach Moore. 3 conference titles, 12 winning seasons at Center Grove. Center Grove brings in a 6-1 record into tonight's game, 4-1 in the conference, second place in the MIC. Coach Moore all-time is 10-3 against North Central. The Trojans are riding a 4-game winning streak coming into tonight's ball game. In the state polls this week, Center Grove number 4 in the AP poll, number 4 in the computer rankings, and number 5 in the coaches poll. And for the Center Grove offense, ranked number 5 this week in 5A, and points average per game at 43 points a ball game. And Ted, how about the impact players tonight for Center Grove?
Well, for Center Grove, I think, on a night like this, you want to really control the offensive and defensive lines of scrimmage. So last week I thought, we're not going to call them out by name, but the entire offensive line was outstanding. I mean, they really dominated the game. They were very physical, and because of it, Center Grove was able to really play well against a really, really good defensive team, maybe the best defensive team in the state in the Ben Davis Giants. So I would expect the offensive lines to play extremely well tonight here for Center Grove.
For North Central, the head coach is Keith Shelton in his 4th year. 11-27 is his record, but he is 2-1 against Center Grove. The Panthers are 2-5 overall and 2-3 in the mix, 6th place.
Center Grove actually won the toss. They deferred. They want to play defense first, so we're teeing it up and ready to go on the north side.
Ben Wheeler will tee it up at the 40. Wheeler's field goal late last week against Ben Davis, the difference in that ball game, giving the Trojans the victory. A good kickoff to begin tonight's game. Goes to the end zone for a touchback. And Ted, he was kicking with the wind. We do have a crosswind here tonight, and he was kicking to the south end zone, and the wind helped him out with that one.
Yeah, no question. It's a pretty strong wind that's blowing pretty much at his back as we're sitting here in the on the home side going left to right. It's a very, very strong wind blowing north to south. And when they kick the other way, they'll have to take into consideration maybe squibbing it along the ground or pooch kicking it because they're not going to get it to the end zone.
Since the inception of the Mid-Conference back in 1997, Center Grove 11-4 against North Central. 5-1 here at North Central. From shotgun formation, Center Grove bottles up the running back, Keith Sears, with the tackle for a 1 to 2 yard loss.
I was going to say North Central and their coaching staff should feel pretty good about themselves. Over the last 3 years, there's not many teams that are 2-1 against Center Grove. Center Grove usually has the advantage, even in the Mid-Conference, on most people. But North Central can hold their head high. They've played very well against Eric Moore and his troops over the last 3 years.
2 receiver set, 1, 2 to the right, 2 to the left from the gun. Logan, the junior quarterback, has a man in the seam, a completed pass. He's down at the 50. Michael Logan, the junior quarterback, throws a strike for a first down.
Yeah, it was a well-thrown ball, well-run past reception. The slot man just basically ran a seam route right there, right up the seam, and the safety did not close quick enough, and because of it, he's able to catch it and get about a 30-yard gain.
Yeah, 30 yards for James Mitchell. He's a junior, wide receiver. Ball just shy of the 50, right at the North Central 49. Logan from the gun. Inside handoff, stood up at the line of scrimmage. Center Grove getting a good push on that D-line. And last week, Ted, the Trojans defensively very, very physical against Ben Davis and really played well.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Davis is a little hard to watch as far as offensively. They're not, but they play such great defense. They're in the game. They win 6-3. They beat you, 20-14, 20-10. So Center Grove, that's their kind of team where they didn't have to score a tremendous amount of points, and they were able to stay in the game and do the things that they needed to do to win that football game. A huge win for Eric Moore and Center Grove.
Sophomore Milton McLean picks up 2 on 2nd down and 8. Logan wants to pass. Now he tucks it, runs it, and he's chopped down inside the 45. He'll be marked at the 44-yard line. Defensively tonight for the Trojans, we see out there Mario Swan and Donovan Bowling at cornerbacks. We do see Josh Piper at safety along with Alex Ackerman. Linebackers Keegan McFatridge and Caleb Kelsheimer again handling just moments ago going off, so we'll have to see. I think Keith Sears in there now for him. And on that D-line, Drew Ponder and Dylan Dallas and Damian Stone and Tyler Amaro play on that far side. Ball inside the 35 down to the 33. Logan, the quarterback, kept it. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Center Grove needs to watch for one of those bubble screens or a screen right here. After, we got beat on that first pass play, we get to backing up too far, and then they get to throwing these little screens and bubble screens, things like that. You've got to continue to come up and play those guys as close as you can without allowing them to get behind you.
Man in motion. Logan rolls to his left, looking to pass. Now throws it, has a man going to the end zone, and it's intercepted or not?
No.
Dropped. Mario Swan had it in the hands momentarily and could not hang on. And then coming over was Ackerman, and Ackerman almost scooped it up off the ground.
Yeah, Mario did an outstanding job. I mean, he ran side by side with the receiver. Then he was able to turn around and he was able to pick up the ball. And I'm sure he would be the first one to tell you that he should have caught that football and intercepted it. It would have been on the 1 yard line. He wasn't quite in the end zone, but still, it would have been a possession for Center Grove. Now they're looking at 3rd down and 11 for North Central.
Also, Ted, the Panthers trying to throw into the wind. Very, very difficult thing to do here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, that's a strong wind. You look up there at the flag that's blowing, and that wind continues to be very strong.
Inside handoff.
Well
Center
done.
Grove.
Center Grove.
Not fooled. Good pursuit by the men in red and white tonight.
You're really in a funny position right here. You're on the 35-yard line. Usually you could think about a field goal. Tonight there's no shot. I mean, I don't even know if your NFL guys are going to kick that field goal. You're 4th down and 11. Chances of you picking that up are not very good. I mean, I would almost think I would punt it, try to get them down inside the 10-yard line and go from there. But it looks like North Central is going to do what they can to try and go for it.
Dylan Dallas on the tackle for the Trojans.
Clock down to 3,
Tony
2,
Davey
1.
on the run.
Just got it off.
Logan tried to pass. Now he's going to be thrown to the turf, and he did get rid of it. He may have been in the grasp.
He's going to save himself about 5 yards is all. Well, unless they call it in the grass. They did.
Yes.
They called it in the grass.
So Dylan Dallas with the sack. Dallas now with 8 sacks on the season, and it will be a turnover on downs.
And a great job by the Center Grove defense, and we've seen that so many times. See, they gave up some yardage there. They gave up 50 or 60 yards down the field. They gave up a fake punt, but they made adjustments along the way, took things away that North Central wanted to do, and now they've got the football back, and this is where they usually make hay.
Connor Stapleton, wing back, sprints it to that far side, cannot turn it up. Take it down at the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit by the North Central Panthers.
Looked like Darius Latham, number 78, was out there. I mean, he's the big time player that we're talking about. He's the guy going to University of Wisconsin. He plays on both sides of the ball here for North Central, and he's an absolute stud.
Damian Pye, along with Wanye Johnson and Morgan Kabrick, also on that D-line for North Central.
Same guy.
Latham comes up with a tackle again. He leads this team in sacks and tackles for loss of yardage. And after 2 running plays, Center Grove only 1 yard to show for it.
Well, it looked like they pulled the left guard there, and he came down and tried to trap Latham, but Latham took him on with both hands, shed him out of the way, and took the running back on. And Center Grove now looking at 3rd down and 9.
Lane Morris got a couple of yards. Just give him 1.
Might have to throw the football here. Remember, you got the wind with you for Center Grove.
Calvert, passing play right at the sticks.
Well
Buchanan
done.
Gets the first down. Ball at the North Central 49. He just got enough. He got 10 to 11 yards on the passing play.
It's really difficult for a corner to come up that quickly when you make a quick pass like that. You see it in the NFL all the time. I mean, they're always afraid of getting beat. So all you have to do is go down there, and he's able to know where the sticks are. He's able to pick up a first down, and it's a big first down for Center Grove.
11-yard pickup. Buchanan, the starting split end. Wozniak is the tight end tonight. On the O-line, McKee, Croney, Woods, Vance, and Gagloza. Stapleton, Morris, and Hudson, the running backs, and Luke Calvert, the junior quarterback. Hudson puts down the helmet, picks up a couple. Not much there. Alex Lucas played extremely well last week for the Trojans. The junior wing back came in the second quarter and gained 140-some yards against Ben Davis last week.
So far, Center Grove having not much success trying to run the ball outside. North Central has done a nice job. They've got about 8 guys in the box, making it very difficult. We'll see what type of adjustments Center Grove makes over the second quarter to see if they can open things up.
Wozniak shifts to the left side of the line. Lane Morris,
straight
fullback,
up the middle
to the 45. Picks up a couple.
Same guy, 78.
Latham's a guy you may want to at least double, if not triple team, if you can.
Yeah, one guy is not going to be able to handle him. He is dominating that line, defensive line of scrimmage right now. I mean, he is getting penetration. They are trying to pull and trap him and do a lot of things, and he's just too big a load right now for Center Grove to block.
Latham, not only a great football player, but also a great basketball player for North Central. Stapleton sprinting outside down the sideline. He's going to go 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Center Grove. 45-yard touchdown run by Connor Stapleton. He got the edge, Ted.
Yeah, he surely did. I mean, a good job of blocking by his offensive line, and that's the type of thing Eric Moore, he's going to keep punching you. I mean, they just weren't able to get much the first 4, 5, 6 times that they ran the ball. All of a sudden there's something popped around the left side right in front of the Center Grove bench, and he's able to go about 45 yards for a touchdown.
Ben Wheeler to attempt the extra point kick for the Trojans. Center Grove striking first, leading 6-0 with 4:14 to play opening quarter. Matt Combs, the long snapper, Buchanan, the holder. The kick by Wheeler is good and following the play, a flag down.
That'll be assessed on the kickoff, probably against North Central.
So Center Grove leads it 7-0. Connor Stapleton, senior wingback, gets outside down the sideline for the touchdown run.
Well, I think it's important that obviously tonight with the rain and the wind and the nastiness of the weather and the cold, it's nice to get on the scoreboard, get a lead, but especially your first possession. When it looked like North Central had an outstanding chance to have Center Grove punt, a really good job by Luke Calvert on the pass on third down. I mean, he made an outstanding pass, good catch, by Buchanan over there, and get him a first down, move the chains, and then Center Grove doing what they do best in running the football.
It was a dead ball foul against North Central, so Ben Wheeler will tee it up now at the North Central 45-yard line, 15-yard penalty.
I don't know what you do here. I mean, he'll probably just boot it into the back of the end zone and give it to him at the 20, but you always think about Pooch kicking it into the corner, up into the corners. I mean, obviously you're a lot closer here. Your coverage should be a lot better. I mean, you're 10, 15 yards closer. You ought to be able to get down there and keep him inside the 20, but I doubt that they'll take the chance. I imagine he'll boot it out of the end zone and be done with it.
Wheeler's kick is deep and out of the end zone. Touchback, it'll be at the 20. On that scoring drive for the Center Grove Trojans, 6 plays, 5 running plays, the 1 pass play. 2 minutes, 50 seconds, moving the ball 61 yards, and Connor Stapleton on a 45-yard touchdown run, putting Center Grove in front 7-0. And for Stapleton, that's his 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
Well, he's really come alive when he's had to. Obviously, they've lost a couple key players offensively, Max Norris being one of them. But Connor Stapleton has continued to play extremely well for Center Grove.
Michael Logan, junior quarterback. Pass is dropped on that far sideline. James Mitchell, junior wide receiver, could not hang on. It would bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, now if you remember our good friend Ruben DeLuna, who's the defensive coordinator, this is the situation he likes to have them in where they feel like they have to pass the ball to move the football. This is where teams, especially high school teams, start making mistakes.
On that O-line tonight for North Central, Jalen Gamble along with Darius Latham. He plays on both sides of the line. Skylar Cuevas is the center. Adam Shepard and Joel Williams. Completed pass, pick up of 5 yards. Chris Wright with the reception. They'll move the chains up a little bit more, about 5.5 yards on the catch. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. The receivers tonight, Chris Wright, James Mitchell. The tight end is Seth Isaacs. In the backfield, Jalen McIntyre, also Milton McLean and Tony Davey.
Look for some pressure from Center Grove here. I would guess they'll probably try to bring some pressure.
Michael Logan stands tall in the pocket, now scrambles. Under pressure, he picks up the first down, runs out of bounds. Great job by the junior quarterback, Michael Logan. Made the right decision, tucked it, got the first down.
Well, he was very patient there when he did get up to the line of scrimmage. He waited on a couple blockers. He was able to get a block to the right side. He's able to run towards the Center Grove bench and able to pick up about 10 more yards. So a big first down, move the chains for North Central.
10 yards for Logan. At the 36-yard line. New set of downs. 3:20 to play, first quarter. Center Grove in front, 7-0. Second offensive drive of the game here for North Central. Their first offensive drive ended in a turnover on down situation. They did a fake punt, picked up the first down, but then the Center Grove defense did stiffen and force the turnover on downs. And Center Grove with a big play here, Ted.
Yeah, very well done.
Dylan
Dallas able to shed his blocker right there. And
also John Dever in there as well.
Number 47, Dever, did a nice job of really shedding, and then they are able to get him for about a 4-yard loss, so they're looking at 2nd and 14.
Logan slips on the wet turf, and as he slipped, he tried to do a shovel pass, and it is incomplete, and Logan took a shot. He's to his feet. He appears to be okay.
I don't know if that was a set play or what that was, but that was strange looking. I mean, if they would have completed that, they'd have probably picked up some yardage because there were 4 Center Grove guys that got through there, and there had to be some open field in front of the North Central runner.
3rd and 14 coming up here for the Panthers.
See Center Grove making a lot of adjustments on their defensive line, changing people, changing places where they are located.
Logan looks left. He's under pressure. He eludes the pressure. And now he runs the football and takes some big hits. Still on his feet. The ball maybe came out.
No, I think he still got it. Yeah, he still got it.
Okay. Center Grove was trying to rip at it, but he held on. But he does not get the first down.
He got beat up for 8 yards. I'll tell you right there.
Center Grove doing a great job pursuing the ball carrier, Michael Logan, the quarterback.
Center Grove punt team on to punt once again. Now remember, they've been on to punt once already, but they've yet to punt.
They snap it back. Wobbly punt.
Kick.
And it takes a backspin, and it is downed at the 36-yard line. 24-yard punt for North Central.
Yeah, Center Grove going to have excellent field position once again. They're going to start at their own 36, and so they're feeling very comfortable, and they've still got the win for an additional or 2 more minutes here in the first quarter. If you're going to throw it, this would be the time to throw it in the next 2 minutes with the wind with you. So I'm sure that Eric Moore is very aware of that because the wind continues to get stronger. That flag's pretty much straight out as we look out there at it. So if you're going to throw it, now would be the time.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now Wozniak shifts here to the right side at tight end. Hand off. 1 yard up the middle to Lane Morris. Tough sledding, Ted, so far up the middle for the Trojans between tackles.
I mean, other than the one run by Stapleton where he was able to really take it all the way to the sideline and turn the corner for the touchdown, there's just not been much there so far. North Central's defense has been outstanding, led by Latham.
The linebackers for the Panthers, Kirk Harlow, Jeff Harris, Lucas Buscena. In the secondary, Amani Wilson, Darrell Hogue, Carlton Cheney, and Jimmy Thomas. 1:20 to play, first quarter. Center Grove in front, 7-0. Second offensive drive of the night for Center Grove, and Logan Hudson tried to dump it off in the flat. Hudson takes a big hit, drops the football. It'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Well, it's always an awkward play anyway. You're kind of running away from the line of scrimmage, and you kind of have to turn awkwardly back. You know, it's hard enough to turn with shoulder pads and everything anyway. You kind of turn back to try to find the ball. He found it, and a defensive linebacker found him quickly.
Big play for the Trojan offense on 3rd and 9. Alex Lucas, first carry of the night, takes a big hit. He's going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 3 yards coming up here for Center Grove, and Center Grove quickly going to the line of scrimmage. They did this last week against Ben Davis. Unable to pick up the first down last week. Let's see what Center Grove comes up with this time. Hudson sprints to the outside and takes a big hit, and he does not make the first down.
Wow, that was impressive. That was impressive by
Jalen McIntyre.
Yeah, number 16, McIntyre. We talked about him up here in the booth before the game, being one of their number 1 tacklers, best defensive players. And, boy, he took Logan Hudson on right out there in front of the Center Grove bench and knocked him off his feet. And now North Central offense going to get the ball. And in 37 seconds, they're also going to have the wind at their back to start out here on offense.
So a turnover on downs. Ball at the North Central, should say Center Grove 40-yard line. Shotgun formation, quick pass here to the near side, and the receiver dropped it.
Yeah, there's that bubble screen type thing that we're talking about where you send one guy down to block, the other guy comes back kind of in behind it, and it was a good pass. The 87,
Chris Wright.
Chris Wright just took his eyes off the ball, thinking he was going to catch the football, and he dropped it.
Right, the second leading receiver on this North Central Panther team, right behind Tony Davey. Michael Logan, junior quarterback, 459 yards passing this year, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Goes with the inside handoff, an arm tackle by the Trojans, and the Panthers pick up the first down. They're very close. They're right at the 30. A good spot will get them a first down.
It's a first down. The umpire's already waving them through. If I don't know if that's going to be the last play of the it's about a second difference. If I was North Central, I would probably wait and try to take the wind at my back, but it looks like they're going to run at least one more play here in this quarter.
15 seconds remaining first quarter. Center Grove in front, 7-0. First and 10 at the Center Grove 30. Quarterback pitches it back and takes a big hit at the 25-yard line. Running the football is Tony Davey.
That's a quarter.
And that brings us to the end of the first quarter here at North Central High School. Number 4, Center Grove in front, 7-0 over North Central. We'll take a break. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%, that's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
Whether you are looking for a low-maintenance community in a luxurious wooded setting such as Sycamore Ridge, the breathtaking views and rolling landscapes of Kensington Grove, the gently rolling hills and convenience of Calvert Farms, the intimate luxury setting of Claiborne, site of the 2006 Homeorama, or the private gated communities of Persimmon Woods or Whitetail Woods, Duke Homes has a community to fit your needs. For information about all that Duke Homes and Duke Communities have to offer, visit DukeHomes.com.
Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kitchell in the warm, comfy confines of the press box here at North Central High School. Ted, look out there. I think the rain's
it is nasty.
It is really coming down now.
I am so glad I am in here and not out there.
It's nice to sit on the 50-yard line in the press box with a nice heater in here. To start things here in the second quarter, a passing play, a first down for the Panthers. Nice throw by Michael Logan.
It was an outstanding throw, and he had to wait till the absolute last second to release it, and he got popped pretty good, but he seems to be a pretty tough kid. I mean, where they twisted him around like a pretzel a little bit ago when he was running the football, and he's out there, and he's got this team moving with the wind at their back.
Getting things underway here in the second quarter. Center Grove in front, 7-0. New set of downs here for the Panthers at the Trojan 15-yard line. Third offensive drive of the ball game here for the Panthers. A couple of yards on the running play.
Well, Center Grove's defense really needs to stiffen right here because this would be a big momentum blow right here. Center Grove trying to go for it at midfield, thinking they could pick up the first down, tried to quick snap them. North Central makes an outstanding play, stops Hudson. Now they get the ball. Would be a big momentum boost for North Central if they could get this ball in the end zone and tie this game.
Drew Hayden making the tackle. Great to see Hayden back in the lineup tonight for Center Grove after missing, I do believe it ended up being about 4 games. So it's great to see the senior back in the lineup. Logan wants to run the football. A nice spin move, and now a big pile-up. Picks up a few on that far side, but great job by Logan. That could have been a loss.
It sure was a great job. I mean, he showed some great patience and great feet right there. I mean, he should have been tackled for about a 2 or 3 yard loss, and he ended up gaining about 3 yards. So instead of 3rd and 10, they're now looking at 3rd and 5.
Ball is at the Trojan 10-yard line. North Central trying to tie this game, trailing 7-0. Connor Stapleton in the first quarter broke one, 45 yards for a touchdown. That's our only score so far in tonight's ball game. Difficult conditions to pass and kick in the rain tonight. Running play up the middle. Center Grove was all over it. It'll be 4th and about 4 yards. 4th and 4.
Yeah, they only got about 1 right there. Center Grove's done a great job here. I don't know what kind of field goal kicking unit they have, but it looks like they're putting Latham in the game. He was out of the game, and number 78, their big star and stud, they're sticking him in. So you would think that if they're going to run the football, they would run behind him, and right now he's lined up at looks like tight end. Right tight end for North Central.
4 on the play clock. They get the play off. Running play. Center Grove
stopped it.
Stuffs it at the line of scrimmage. They get no push at all. A turnover on downs, and now we'll see the Center Grove offense.
There's a flag.
Flag on the play.
Looks like late, I don't know, late hit or late mouthing off, one or the other.
Flag is
North
toward
Central.
the end zone area near the goal line, and Ed, you said it's against North Central?
Yeah, it's a personal foul, North Central, so there's obviously some mouthing off going on down there, and that's 15 yards. So rather than taking it to 10, Center Grove's going to get excellent field position compared to where they were. They're going to get it all the way out about the 25-yard line.
Josh Piper and Drew Hayden, couple of seniors on the tackle for the Center Grove Trojans.
Defense, big play for Center Grove. That would have been a big momentum boost if they had not been able to pull that off right there. Nice job.
9:21 to play here in the first half. 7-0. Center Grove leads it. Running play off right tackle.
Wow. He just keeps his legs churning.
Yeah, that's Lane Morris. That's the thunder right there.
I mean, he just kept his legs churning, and he got turned, and he started coming at us, number 36. And I mean, they had him after 2 yards, and he ended up gaining about 5.5. So great job by the Center Grove offensive line and Lane Morris.
He picks up 5 yards, a tough 5 yards. And talking to Coach Moore before tonight's game, he said with the Center Grove offense, it's an all-weather type offense. It doesn't matter if it's raining or a lot of wind. Center Grove can run in about anything.
He's loose.
And Lane Morris, he's through the 50, 40-foot race, 30, 25, 20. He cuts it to the left side of the field, and he's just short of the goal line.
At the 2, it looks like. Got
Lane
him at the
Morris
2.
taken down at the 2. Great pursuit by North Central, but 70-yard run by Lane Morris.
You can see what Center Grove, they just continue to pop it and punch it in there, punch it, and then all of a sudden they're going to break one. I mean, even though North Central's defense has really looked pretty solid, out of the, say, 12 running plays that Center Grove has run, North Central's done an outstanding job on 10 of them. The problem is the 2 that they haven't have been for long runs, and they're looking at a 14-0 deficit if they don't make some real serious changes right here on defense.
Calvert hands it off.
Straight
Lane
ahead.
Morris.
Touchdown.
No indication by that far official. No indication. Are they going to put him down just short, just shy of the goal line?
Wow. Looked like he got in there.
So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Center Grove Trojans as it continues to pour here at North Central. If I turn up our crowd mic, you can actually hear the rain hitting the bleachers here at North Central. 7:41 to play, first half. Center Grove 2nd and goal, and Luke Calvert dives in there. No indication from the official.
He had to get in. I think he's in.
Still no indication. Now they say touchdown, Center Grove. Luke Calvert, quick snap, dives in, scores, makes it now 13-0. Trojans lead it over North Central.
Yeah, and on a night like this, a 14-point lead can be really big. I mean, now you can continue to play field position Really a big stop there by the Center Grove defense when they had it right down there inside the 10-yard line. It looked like they had some momentum going their way. North Central not able to get it in. Got a personal foul that really kind of started Center Grove block kick.
Who else? Darius Latham blocked the kick. It was a high snap to Buchanan.
Yeah, it was a high snap. It looked like he didn't get it in his hands very well where he could get it set.
So that delayed Wheeler's takeoff. The kicker, and Latham, with great penetration, was able to get in and block it. And that's the first miss of the season for Ben Wheeler. He's been very, very good on his extra point kicks this year. He now 32 of 33 on the season.
But on a night like this, a 13-point lead is a big lead. I mean, because it's going to be difficult moving the ball up and down the field without making any type of mistakes, whether it be fumbling the football, intercepting the football, anything. So you want to play field position. You got the 13-point lead. It'll be interesting to see what Eric Moore does as he kicks into this 10, 15-mile-an-hour wind right here. He's not going to be able to get it to the end zone, so we would guess he'll probably squib it. He'll probably pooch it up in the air. He'll do something because Center Grove has not been – one of the weak points of this team has been covering kickoffs, and they've not been very good at it this year.
Ted, we talk about how we're here in the press box, dry, comfortable. Let's give it up for Matt Murray, our photographer. He's up on top in the elements. It's 44 degrees, and it is pouring. So we got to give it up to Matt. He's taking one for the team tonight.
Yeah, it is not good out there at all. I mean, you look across the field and you can just see it in sheets of rain. It's raining. It's nasty.
And thankfully, North Central has the field turf here at North Central, but it is puddling quite a bit.
They kicked it off, fumbled it.
Ball's loose.
He got it.
North Central got back on it. It was loose momentarily. But a good job. He got back on it.
Fumbled it, kicked it forward, and he still got it. They're still going to get it at the 23 or 24-yard line.
James Mitchell got back on it at the 24-yard line. 13-0 Center Grove. On that last drive, the Trojans, 4 plays, all running. In 1 minute, 53 seconds, moving the ball 77 yards. Again, Calvert with a 1-yard touchdown run. Running play here to the near side is Mitchell. He is chopped down by Mario Swan, along with Dever. But on that drive for the Center Grove Trojans, again, Lane Morris broke one for 70 yards, got it all the way down to the 2-yard line. 4-yard gain for James Mitchell. 2nd and 6. Inside handoff going nowhere. Loss of yardage.
Yeah, Center Grove's defense has really stepped up. They've made some good adjustments. Coaching staff's obviously made some good adjustments on things that North Central likes to do. And since that first drive, they've really had trouble moving the football.
Adam Lutgring, a sophomore linebacker, with the tackle. So 3rd and 8. Michael Logan, junior quarterback, running, trying to find an opening. Now wants to pass the football, and now thrown to the turf by McFatridge and others. Loss of yardage on the play. Also Alex Ackerman on the play and Drew Ponder. A loss of 11 yards for North Central. Teddy tried to extend the play but could never set the feet to make a pass.
Well, there's no doubt that he did extend the play, and he did an outstanding job. It's just that, he got the Fran Tarkington part of it right, but after a while he couldn't find any type of receivers downfield. Fumbled the punt, fumbled the fumble.
It's in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Center Grove recovered it. Touchdown Trojans.
I mean,
let's see.
Huge mistake right there, because once he fumbled the snap, you got to at least get on it and only give up 2 points. Instead, he continued to try to pick it up. Center Grove knocks him off of it. They recovered. It's a touchdown.
Tyler Amaro recovers the football in the end zone for the touchdown. Amaro, a junior defensive end. Again, the punter, just due to the wet conditions, mishandled the snap of the football, and dropped it, and
it wasn't a bad snap. I mean, it was right to his hands. He just mishandled it. And then once you mishandle it, I mean, either kick it out of the back of the end zone, do something, but get on it. Instead, he continued to try to stand there and pick it up, and they knocked him off of it, and they got 7 points.
Center Grove going for 2 since the Trojans had the PAT kick blocked. Going for 2, running play to their right side. Alex Lucas cuts it back. He's in there, 2 points. Alex Lucas makes it now a 21-0 ball game over North Central with 6:09 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the momentum change that North Central had the opportunity if they could have got the football in the end zone. Instead, in the last 5 minutes since we talked about that momentum change, Center Grove has went 80 yards down the football field and scored on a touchdown. And now they've recovered a fumbled snap in the end zone for another touchdown, and you've seen a game that was 7-0 looking to go 7-7. Now it's 21-0, and Center Grove is cruising.
Center Grove winning 4 straight coming into tonight's ball game, have not lost since week 3 against Carmel. Trojans putting up a lot of points on the scoreboard this year. They rank 5th in Class 5A in points scored per game. 40-plus yards a game.
Pooched that one.
Yeah, just popped it up. It's dropped at the 19-yard line. The Panthers just jump on the football. Again, just trying to get a grip of the football tonight. Extremely difficult. So the Trojans elect to pop it up, not try to kick it deep in this rain, and also Center Grove in this quarter going against the wind. Michael Logan, shotgun formation. Inside handoff off left tackle. Sears there to take care of the running back.
Center Grove has gotten very aggressive. They're getting a lot of penetration now into North Central's offense, and it's going to make it very difficult to run because they have a lot of confidence as far as they know what they're doing throwing the football. And plus, it's raining so hard out there, it's got to be very, very difficult to try and throw the football with any accuracy.
McLean, sophomore running back, picks up 4, brings up 2nd and 6. Logan fakes the handoff. The quarterback keeps it. Center Grove not fooled on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and looks like 2 yards coming up here for the Panthers. Keith Sears on the tackle along with Drew Ponder. 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 3rd and 2 at the Panther 27. Center Grove in front, 21-0. Logan calling out the play at the line of scrimmage. Quick pass to the far sideline. Center Grove pursues the wide receiver quickly. He's out of bounds, well short of the first down.
Yeah,
Let's see where they mark it, but I do believe he is short of
yeah,
the
he's
first
short
down.
about 3 yards, three or 4 yards short.
May have lost a yard or 2 on the play.
They've got to punt the football.
It's going to be 4th and 3, a long 3, and Center Grove needs to stay disciplined. Center Grove is known to jump. Last week, Center Grove did jump on a punt against Ben Davis, gave the Giants a first down. Again, it's 4th and a long 2. Center Grove sets up back at the 35-yard line. Whistles.
Timeout,
before
Center
the
Grove.
Snap of the football. A timeout called by Coach Eric Moore. May have had one too many players on the field possibly for Center Grove.
I don't think he had the right personnel, or he had too many of the personnel he did. But something wasn't right. 4:43 left here in the first half, second quarter.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Winterwood Mortgage, your hometown mortgage company supporting your hometown Trojans. Call today, 800-888-1135, or online at winterwood.net. Ted, how about our good buddy, Elmer James? He told me he's been swamped since that 77-0 win over Lawrence North.
I missed that game, but well, I didn't miss it. I was actually there the night we were supposed to play them, and then they sent us all home. But you did it the next day. But
he's been busy.
Yeah, I send that bill to Lawrence North.
Yeah.
Need to catch that.
He lets it bounce once, picks it up. That's Alex Ackerman.
It's a good play.
Take it down at the 43-yard line.
Save yourself 10 yards right there.
34 yards on the punt. So if you are in need of air duct cleaning or dryer vent cleaning, you want to call Elmer James of Air Cleaning Experts at 317-889-1099. If he doesn't answer right away, you know why. Because, again, he's had a lot of business since that 77-0 win against Lawrence North. He'll get back to you, or you can check him out online at aircleaningexperts.com. And now we see movement by the North Central D line. Should be a 5-yard penalty, unless they're going to say Center Grove jumped. So a false start against Center Grove.
Center Grove's got 2 or 3 guys moving. That's about the 4th or 5th time we've seen that, change. They, they've got Wozniak as one of the guys moving there, but that time we had one guy move that shouldn't have.
1st and 15 at the Center Grove 38. 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Running play right up the gut. Pile moves for a few yards. Lane Morris with the carry. Picks up 4. Let Green with Envy make your property the envy of the neighborhood. Contact Jeff Williams at 317-495-ENVY. That's 317-495-3689 for all your residential and commercial lawn care and landscaping needs. Green with Envy. Alex Lucas tripped up in the backfield, losing yardage on the play. Jeff Harris, junior linebacker, with the tackle. He leads North Central in tackles this year.
Well, this is a big play right here for North Central. I mean, if they can get Center Grove to kick the football. We watched them in warm-ups kicking. You're only going to kick it about 20 yards from the line of scrimmage into this wind. So that would mean that North Central could get the ball someplace in the 40, 45-yard, if they could stop Center Grove right here.
3rd 15, the call. Good job by Stapleton. He gets inside one tackler, takes a big hit, gets almost back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 11 yards coming up.
North Central's got some really fine athletes. You can see a couple times Center Grove looks like they're in open air, and it looks like they're going to run, and all of a sudden somebody comes out of nowhere and puts them all on the turf right there. That was an outstanding play by North Central and their defenders.
First time tonight we've seen Ben Wheeler out on the field as a punter. He will punt this one away from his own 30. North Central lines up at its own 25.
I think their receiver is way too deep. Oh!
Ben Wheeler, it's very high.
How did he miss that, or how did they miss it?
And it takes a bad bounce. It's going to be down just inside the North Central 40.
It's at the 40, it looks like.
They'll set it right at the 39 or 40-yard line. 18 yards on the punt.
It's just a strong wind. You're not going to be able to kick the ball. The most effective kick would probably be that kind of rugby kick that you see people when they kind of run to the right and kick it low and get it bouncing down the field. Because you kick it up into the wind, it's just not going to go very far tonight. That's a really strong wind and a nasty rain coming at you.
Center Grove's defense has held the Panthers out of the end zone so far tonight, leading 21-0. 2:40 to play here in the second quarter. Another drop pass. His receiver's not doing him any favors tonight. That's James Mitchell. He's dropped that pass, I'd say, at least 2, maybe 3 times now.
Yeah, at least twice. It's that little screen pass that they're trying to throw, and the first and most important thing is you got to catch it before you can run with it.
Center Grove now shifting its defensive line. 7 on the play clock. Inside handoff going to Milton McCain. That's McLean, I should say. Picks up a couple. Keith Sears with the tackle. Ted, you may recall early in the season we talked about Sears making that transition from running back to linebacker, and, man, he's done an amazing job this year for Center Grove defensively.
Yeah, it's really helped them defensively, just his quickness, being able to find people and get to people. When you're playing teams like North Central, Ben Davis, Warren Central, people like that with great athletes, you need speed at the linebacker position.
2 on the play clock, down to 1.
They're not going to get it off timeout. They call timeout.
Timeout called by North Central with 1:56 to play in the second quarter. 21-zip, Center Grove leading North Central. Very rainy night here at North Central. It's going to rain until at least midnight, according to our meteorologist, Rick Embry. Monitoring the weather, but also monitoring his
He's doing a little bit of everything.
Cardinals.
He's doing a little bit of everything. He's got the Cardinals going over here. He's got the Weather Channel. I mean, he's playing music for us here. He's
multitasking.
Yes, sir.
6-3, I see, right, Rick? Cardinals are leading. Or is that a final? Top of the eighth. Cardinals leading
in that new one-game wild card format. It's you can be one and done quickly.
Let's see how good Rick is. I told him to monitor that Carmel-Terre Haute North game tonight. That's what I want to see. I want to see a score from the Terre Haute North game. That would be great to see Terre Haute North upset Carmel. Again, Center Grove in second place, tied with Ben Davis with 1 loss. Carmel's undefeated. Of course, Ben Davis and Carmel will meet next week. Center Grove has to host Warren Central, so a lot of conference games yet to be decided. Center Grove, though, still in the Mick race, that's for sure. Back to action, 3rd and 8. Panthers go under center this time. They fake the handoff, passing play as he was running out of the pocket, and McFatridge got his hands on it, nearly picked it off. So to bring up 4th and 8. He was being chased by Drew Hayden. Again, great to see Drew Hayden back out there after suffering from MRSA, being hospitalized for 8 days, missed, I do believe, 4 games. He was in uniform last week against Ben Davis, but did not play. But playing tonight for the first time since, I do believe, Ted, week 3, since the Carmel game. Good spiraling punt for North Central. Drives Center Grove inside the 10. It bounces down to the 1 and into the end zone for a touchback. Well done by Christian Choupe, the junior punter for North Central. A 58-yard punt.
I think it's great to see Drew back, and I know that obviously he's, extremely excited to be back. I'm sure his parents are glad to have him back, feeling healthy once again. I mean, that's scary when you have to stay in the hospital and you don't really know what's wrong, and so I'm glad that they've been able to diagnose what the problem was, been able to take care of it. He's on his way back to getting – right now you just got to get your football feet underneath you and get ready. So it's great to have him back. It gives a huge boost of confidence to the team too.
Trojans off right tackle. Very impressive first down run. 8-9 yards on the pickup for Lane Morris.
Clock under 1:30 now.
Ted, I know you missed last Friday's game against Ben Davis, but Center Grove was very, very good on first down last week against Ben Davis, getting 4 to 5 to 6 yards a carry on first down.
Yeah, it just makes the game a lot easier play calling when you can continue to look at 2nd and 3 or 4.
First down for the Center Grove Trojans, this time going off left tackle. Hudson gets it to the 35-yard line. Did a good job cutting that one up. Gets that first down with 1:06 and counting to play first half. Center Grove in front, 21-zip. Center Grove may stay conservative here and just take this 21-zip lead into halftime. Nope, they're going to try the passing play. Underneath, pass is complete. And
should have went out of bounds.
Across the 40. Yeah, if he tries to go the other way and runs to the sideline, he would have stopped the clock. But right now it's 40 and counting.
I mean, there's timeouts left. Center Grove still has 2 timeouts left. I'm surprised they haven't used one of them.
Calvert hits Lane Morris for the 6-yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Ball at the Trojan 41-yard line.
I don't think Eric Moore is too disappointed that clock continues to run, and he's got a 21-0 lead.
Handoff. Hudson sprints outside, just got around Latham, takes a big hit, gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 10.5 seconds.
You can see when you get an athlete like Latham out there on that outside, it's just so hard. Center Grove has tried to run at him a number of times tonight, and he's just too big, too athletic, too strong to you just can't handle him, and he able to spread that run out, and he takes it all the way to the sidelines, and Hudson has no place to go other than just step out of bounds.
This may be our last play of the first half on 3rd and 6. They do the counter crisscross, and Center Grove just going to be just short of the first down, and that will bring us to the end of the first half here at North Central. Center Grove in front, 21-0 over the North Central Panthers. We'll take a break. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra truck. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
Welcome to the Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show. The Center Grove Trojans leading the North Central Panthers here at intermission, 21-0. Kevin Conrad, and along with Ted Kitchell and Rick Embry with you tonight from North Central High School. And Rick Embry now joins me here at halftime. And Rick, a very impressive opening 2 quarters for the Center Grove Trojans. Again, difficult weather conditions tonight. It's been raining all night long. Temperatures in the low 40s, so a very chilly night. But the Center Grove Trojans do score 3 times here in the first half, and the defense played extremely well, pitching a shutout here in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, they did, Kevin, and it all came down to big plays in that first half. When you have such awful weather conditions like we have tonight, it's important, and Ted mentioned it, it's important you get a couple touchdown lead, and a lot of times a team that's struggling a little bit during the season tends to let up a little bit. So a couple big plays on offense by Center Grove. They didn't move the ball that great, but they got the great big plays from Connor Stapleton on the first touchdown and then Lane Morris on the second one.
Tonight is senior night here at North Central High School, so the festivities going on here at halftime, introducing the senior football players and cheerleaders and so on. So an extended halftime tonight for the Center Grove Trojans. Here's the scoring summary from the first half. Connor Stapleton scored on a 45-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, made it 7-0. In the second quarter, the Trojans added a couple of more scores. Luke Calvert on a 1-yard touchdown run, and Tyler Amaro recovered a botched punt on a snap. The punter for North Central dropped it in the end zone, and Tyler Amaro recovered the punt. And Alex Lucas did run it in on the 2-point conversion to make it 21-0 here at halftime. And Ben Wheeler was 1 of 2 on extra point kicks. He had one blocked on the second touchdown. His extra point kick was blocked. But again, Stapleton looked very, very impressive, Rick, in that 45-yard touchdown run. He was able to get loose on the outside on that far sideline. And once he got in the open field, the Panthers could not catch him.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting, Kevin, as we look at that total offense number for Center Grove. They have 169 yards in that first half, and 115 of those were on 2 plays. So Stapleton's 45-yard touchdown run, and then Lane Morris had a huge run, 69, 70 yards in that second quarter to set up the Luke Calvert touchdown run. So outside of those 2 plays, Center Grove hasn't moved the ball that well, but they haven't had to. The defense has been dominant so far, holding North Central under 100 yards, and then they picked up a big special teams touchdown when that punt slipped through the punter's hands for North Central. He went back instead of trying to cover it or kick it out of bounds. He tried to pick it up. Lost control of it, and Amaro picked it up for that 3rd touchdown for Center Grove.
For the Trojans, 5 first downs. North Central also 5 first downs here in the first half. And Center Grove, obviously, the Trojans don't pass it that often, but when they do pass it, Rick, they want to be at a high percentage. And tonight, 2 of 3 passing, 17 yards for the Panthers. They really want to pass the ball quite a bit. Difficult to do that tonight with the weather conditions. 4 of 10, 44 yards passing for the Panthers.
Yeah, and just horrible conditions out here. And like you said, Kevin, it seems like North Central's more comfortable throwing the ball. Their quarterback has had a couple nice passes, including the first play of the game when he threw a nice 30-yard pass over the middle to number 85. So they've had a couple nice plays, but like you said, and when you've got just an absolute downpour like we have here, and not only that, but the temperatures are in the low to mid 40s. It's we've mentioned already a few drops by North Central, and you get hit a couple times when it's so cold like this, and the ball's so wet and slips through your fingers. It's not very conducive to an offense that wants to pass the ball a lot.
Center Grove had a couple of sacks here in the first half. I know Dylan Dallas had a sack. He leads the team in sacks this year. He had a couple last week and another one here in the first half. As far as penalties, Center Grove only had 1 for 5 yards, but 3 against North Central for 35 yards. And fumbles, North Central did fumble it twice. They lost 1 of them. Individual statistics here in the first half. Lane Morris, 9 carries, 100 yards. He's averaging 11 per carry. Again, he had that long run of about 70 yards. Stapleton, 4 carries, 52 yards. He's averaging 13 per carry. Again, he had the big one, the 45-yard touchdown run. Other than that, Center Grove has struggled to run the football. Lucas, couple of carries, only 3 yards. Hudson, 3 carries, minus 4 yards. So the Trojans outside of Stapleton and Morris not really able to move the football.
Yeah, they haven't moved the ball consistently, but they've popped those couple big plays. And I mean, to North Central's credit, they have a very impressive defense. I mean, coming in, they don't give up a lot of points. They've had, while their record isn't that great, they've had quite a few games where they've held, the Caramels and the Ben Davises and the Warrens to under 20 points. So it's a good defense led by a fantastic defensive line. Darius Latham on defense. I mean, he's been in the backfield quite a bit, and it took Center Grove a few plays to figure out quite where he was, but they were able to make good adjustments and popped off that big run by Stapleton, big third down pass. You talked about Center Grove not passing very much, but that first drive, that was a huge 3rd down and 7 pass that Calvert connected with Buchanan on to move the chains, and then Stapleton ripped off the 45-yard run. So not a lot of offense, obviously not like what we saw a couple weeks ago in perfect weather conditions, but enough to get a couple touchdowns on the board and then tack on another one on special teams.
Michael Logan, the junior quarterback, 9 carries, 18 yards, his long 10 yards. McLean, their running back, has 17 yards here at halftime, and Harris with 12 yards rushing. Luke Calvert, again, 2 of 3 passing, 17 yards. And Logan, 4 of 10 passing, 44 yards, neither one with a touchdown or an interception here in the opening 2 quarters. Kyle Buchanan had the big reception, like Rick just mentioned, in the early portion of tonight's ball game for a first down. He has 11 yards. Lane Morris, 1 catch, 6 yards. Mitchell, a couple of catches for 40 yards, as long as 30. That's tops for North Central. And then defensively, Keith Sears leading the Trojans with 4 tackles here at halftime. John Dever has 3 tackles. Drew Hayden, again, great to see him playing again tonight after missing a few games. He has 3 tackles. Alex Ackerman also 3 tackles, and Dylan Dallas with 3 tackles. Like I mentioned before, Dallas has a sack. Ackerman with a half sack, and also Keegan McFatrich with a half sack here in the first half. So all in all, the Center Grove Trojans have done a good job defensively, especially in stopping the run tonight. The Panthers have just not been able to find anything between tackles.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's been a dominant performance by Center Grove's defense so far. Probably the biggest play of the game was when North Central went down. They marched inside the 15-yard line, had 4th down on their own 10, and tried to they went for it on 4th and 3. Center Grove stopped, and then on top of that, then North Central got a 15-yard personal foul after that. So instead of Center Grove starting inside their 10, only up by a touchdown, they got the ball out to the 24-yard line, and 2 plays later, Lane Morris popped off the 69-yard run down to the 2-yard line. So after that, it's been pretty much all Center Grove. Their defense has been dominant. What you look for in the start of the second half here. Center Grove gets the ball after they deferred to start out with. So they get the ball probably the big thing that Coach Moore wants to see out of this second half is no injuries. I mean, that's what you always worry about on a night like this when it's, just absolutely miserable conditions, cold, wet, there's puddles on the field, even on the turf field there's puddles, and you just want to try to get out of this second half with no injuries.
Exactly right, because next week Center Grove will conclude the regular season at home against Warren Central. I know Warren's record, Rick, not what it's been in past years, but bottom line, they're still a very, very good football team. They nearly knocked off number 1 Carmel last week. Probably could have, should have won that game against Carmel, losing 10-7 in overtime. They missed 3 field goal opportunities in that ball game. So again, anytime you play a Warren team, it's going to be a difficult challenge.
Yeah, and I did my homework, Kevin. You gave me one task for today outside of the 4 other things that I was doing, and I just got my Carmel connection to come through here. Carmel is up 7-0 over at Terre Haute North in the downpour over there as well. So like you said, that's a tough game for Carmel over there. Obviously, Center Grove when we went over there struggled that afternoon game after the lightning delay. So Terre Haute North is much improved this year. They got a good junior and senior laden team over there, and they've played a few people tough, including upsetting Warren Central. So 7-0 game over there, but if Carmel's able to pull that one out, then Center Grove's going to try to take care of business against Warren Central next week and hope they get some help from Ben Davis.
Nice scenario would be see Carmel lose tonight and next week, right?
Yeah, then Center Grove, I guess, would share it with Ben Davis.
Share it with Ben Davis, that is correct. But, Terre Haute North, they do have a grass field, so with this rain, I'm sure footing extremely difficult tonight over in Terre Haute as they're hosting the Carmel Greyhounds. Again, that game at halftime, Carmel in front 7-0. But, again, Terre Haute North coming off a big win against Warren Central. What was that one, 14-10?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a lot of things can still come into play on a night like this. You tend to make teams that aren't as talented as other teams. The weather tends to make things more even when you have weather conditions like we have tonight. So we'll see what happens over there. Hopefully Center Grove can take care of business in the second half and then see what happens next week.
Rick, a big week for the Center Grove football community. Not only do we have this game tonight, but coming up this Sunday at Ray Skillman Stadium, we have the Center Grove Bantam Football League Super Bowls for the rookie and minor 3, minor 4, and, of course, the majors division, which includes the 5th and 6th graders. But 4 games coming up on Sunday. We'll have the live webcast here at CenterGroveFootball.com, but that's always an exciting day of football.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Unfortunately, this year I didn't have any magic for the playoffs. Both my teams were one and done, including one to your son. In the first round. But pretty interesting matchups this year, Kevin, as I looked at who advanced and different than past years. You've got, I think, almost all 1 and 2 seeds in the final. Rookie has 1 versus 2. Minor 3, I think, has 1 versus 3. But minor 4 and the majors both have 1 versus 2 matchups. So these are the teams playing on Sunday that are the teams that have been consistently the best in each of those leagues throughout the year. So should be some great matchups. But like you said, it's a fantastic day for Center Grove football, and Coach Moore and his staff are always out there. And then you end it up at 6 or 7 in the evening with the sectional pairings and the sectional draw. So that's a fantastic day for Center Grove athletics. The Bantam facility and the Bantam organization does a fantastic job throughout the year. It seems like we just got started a couple weeks ago, but that's coming to the end on Sunday, and should be a great day for football.
We see North Central now coming out of the locker room, so we're moments away before they start the second half. So that's going to conclude our halftime show, brought to you by Ray Skillman. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Again, halftime score 21-0, Center Grove in front of North Central. Stay tuned. The second half coming up next. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
And now a word from your friends from Floors to Go.
This is Joe Trester with Floors to Go here in Greenwood, Indiana. The store has been in business since 1976. We have a new building that has state-of-the-art products: carpet, hardwood, laminate floors, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, ceramic tile, porcelain, bamboo.
The new Floors to Go has more room, more flooring products, and more deals per square foot.
Stay tuned for more from Floors to Go.
Welcome back here to North Central High School. Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell with you tonight. The Center Grove Trojans leading 21-0 as we're just moments away before we start the second half. Ted, very impressive first half for the Center Grove Trojans. Again, a couple of big plays by Center Grove. This Panther team really doesn't allow the big plays that often, but Center Grove did break one for 45 yards with Connor Stapleton on the first score, and then Lane Morris got loose for 70 yards, which set up the second score.
Well, I thought what Rick said at halftime was exactly right on. It was a game of big plays, and you mentioned before the game it's a game that Center Grove really had to focus in on, really concentrate on what they're doing because they're coming off a huge victory, feeling really good about where they are in the season, only one loss. Having still a chance to win the MIC conference or tie for the MIC conference championship and then move on to the state, and see what we can do there. But North Central is a fine team, good defensive team led by, Latham, who's an outstanding player, big, strong, powerful man going to University of Wisconsin to play football. And really, North Central just did an outstanding job defensively. The only thing is they gave up one huge play in the first series of downs. He went for about 45 yards for a touchdown, and then after having an opportunity to tie the football game, they really kind of shot themselves in the foot. Not only did they not get it on fourth down, they had a personal foul, gave 15 yards to Center Grove, and about 3 plays later, Center Grove ran the ball, 69 yards all the way down to the 2, and all of a sudden you had what possibly could have been a 7-7 tie, and now all of a sudden you look up and it was 21-0. So a huge job and great job by Center Grove, and now they also will receive the ball here in the second half, and nothing more than what Coach Moore would love than to take about 6 or 7 minutes off the clock, move it down, and get themselves a 28-0 lead.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Winterwood Mortgage, your hometown mortgage company supporting your hometown Trojans. Call today, 800-888-1135, or online at winterwood.net. North Central will kick off to begin the second half.
Into the wind.
High kick, very, very short, taken at the 25 by Lane Morris to the 35 and tripped up just short of the 40. Great field position for the Center Grove Trojans to begin things here in the second half.
Really surprising that Center Grove has guys back at the goal line right there. I mean, there's just no way. I'm surprised they didn't line their deep guys up on the 20 right there, because even if you kick it good, you're only going to get it to about the 20-yard line.
Roofing Made Easy, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. For all your roofing needs, contact Roofing Made Easy at 317-372-6233 or online at indieroofrepair.com. Running play. Good pickup for Lane Morris, 9 yards on first down. Again, very effective on first down.
Well, and he was almost loose right there. He got tripped at the line of scrimmage and was able to keep his feet for 8 yards, but if he could have got his feet under him, he'd have probably had about 48 yards.
Stadium Graphics, a proud supporter of Trojan football. Stadium Graphics, look like a pro, play like a champion, like Stadium Graphics on Facebook, or visit them online at stadiumgraphics.com. Lane Morris bounces it out, tripped up, but he does get the first down. He just got it across the 50-yard line for the first down. McIntyre gets the tackle for North Central. Ted, no let up in the rain.
The night continues to be as nasty as ever. I mean, it is. My good friend Kim Gill said she would be at home tonight under the blanket drinking hot tea, listening to us in the elements. Well, it's elements, all right, because it is nasty out here. Thank God we're under roof.
Logan Hudson cuts it up inside the 45 to the 44. Hudson doing a much better job the last few games, Teddy. Really cutting that ball up, taking that first running lane that he sees.
Well, and I think that's the important thing for Hudson is, as a younger kid, he obviously was faster than everybody, and he could get around that corner. He's not faster. Early in the year, he can get around the corner against Whiteland and some of those teams, but when you play North Central, Warren Central, Ben Davis, you're going to have to cut it back, and he's done a much better job of reading that situation, cutting the ball back, and getting big yards for Center Grove.
5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. Lane Morris, he breaks the tackle, dives forward, gets the first down. That second effort gets Morris the first down.
Well, he's got great feet. He's got great balance. and he's able to keep his balance there and kind of hop up and around the defender and pick up an additional 5 or 6 yards and move the chains once again. This is exactly what Eric Moore is looking at doing. He doesn't necessarily care if they get a 40-yard touchdown run. I mean, he'll take it if they get it, but he would love to see them keep that North Central defense out on the field and move the chains.
New set of downs, 1st and 10. Passing play to Wozniak. He went up. The big fellow went up and got it.
Got it.
Kind of a jump ball situation. He's at 6'10". The defensive back's at about 5'7", 5'8". He went up and got it.
He sure did, and it was a good throw. He could have thrown it a little higher, but still they're going to have ball possession down around the 15-yard line. Viewing has gotten a little difficult for us in the booth even because with the warmth inside and the coldness outside, it's starting to steam up the windows just a little bit, and it's a little hard to see what's going on out there in front of us.
22-yard pickup for Wozniak on the pass from Calvert. 1st and 10 at the North Central 17. Whistles on the field. Timeout called by Center Grove head coach Eric Moore.
See, I think that's a big play for Center Grove. If Center Grove expects to do anything in the state this year, they have got to pass the football at some point in time and not just pass it when you get down 7 points or 14 points or that kind of thing. You have got to continue to throw that football at times when teams are not sure to keep them uneasy. It opens up your running game, and I know Eric likes to run the football. He loves to run the wing tee, and obviously he should. He's kind of brought it up here, and it's his baby. But if he's going to be successful and not have guys putting 8 and 9 guys in the box, you have got to be able to throw the football and be effective, and they were right there.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza, located on State Road 135 in the Colby Shops, just across from Bonefish Grill. Jets Pizza is open daily for lunch and dinner. Call 317-881-JETS. Again, that's 317-881-5387 for pickup or delivery. Jets Pizza, life is short. Eat better pizza. 1st and 10 at the North Central 17. Flag down. False start against Center Grove. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Trojans. Ball dropped at the Panther 20. Raise Trash, a proud supporter of Trojan football. Raise Trash, a family-owned business that has been providing the Indianapolis area with quality recycling and waste disposal services since 1965. Run play, got away, touchdown. Touchdown, Center Grove. Lane Morris, he breaks the tackle.
And they had him in the backfield.
Lane Morris scores the touchdown, makes it now a 27-0 ball game.
I mean, you talk about
yards.
Great feet, great balance. I mean, the 2 North Central defenders have got Lane in the backfield, dead to rights, and he is able to get loose and take it in for a touchdown. Just an outstanding individual effort by him.
High snap. Good job by Buchanan. He got it down. The kick is good by Ben Wheeler. Very well done by Buchanan.
Well, they did exactly what they were looking to do, and that they put points on the board. That's when you defer and you're going to get the ball first in the second half, the main thing you want to do is obviously you want to stop them defensively to start the game, but to start the second half, you'd like to get your hands on the ball and move the ball down the field and put some points on the board. That's exactly what Center Grove did. They took time off the clock, put points on the board. It's a nasty night. They lead 28-0, and even though this was a game that they needed to get ready for after a huge win over at Ben Davis, it looks like mentally they've been prepared. They've done a nice job of getting ready, playing in tough conditions, and once again, Eric Moore had his troops ready for a big game here tonight here on the north side.
On the scoring drive for the Center Grove Trojans, 6 plays. Passing the ball once, 5 running plays. Moving the ball 60 yards in 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Again, Lane Morris, junior fullback, on a 20-yard touchdown run, making the score now 28-0 in favor of Center Grove.
And Center Grove is moving from left to right, north to south, And that's exactly the way the wind's blowing, so this one ought to be into the end zone and gone. Nope, only at the 1.
Up to the 25, chopped down just short of the 25. Got across the 20. Good tackle by the special teams. Adam Lutgreen, sophomore linebacker, with the tackle. Lutgreen had a tackle for loss of yardage in the first half. Again, Michael Hanlon went out in the first half with a injury for the Trojans, and we have not seen his return since then.
I talked to the coaches. They didn't say what the problem was. They just said he will not be playing in the second half. So, again, when he went off the field, it wasn't knee or leg or any problems like that. It looked like he had gotten hit, maybe with his helmet off, and so I'm sure they have to worry about a concussion.
Off left tackle, big pile up.
But
3
again,
yards.
The coaches did not say that or confirm that at all, so we don't know exactly what's wrong with him. They just said that he will not be playing in the second half.
McLean with the run picks up 4 on first down. 9 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 28-0. Center Grove leads it over North Central. Michael Logan hands it off, and the Trojans drop the running back in the backfield. That's Lutgreen. He's a sophomore linebacker. He's made 2 tackles now in the backfield. Again, I think he's the one subbing in for Hanlon, who is sidelined.
Well, he's done an outstanding job. He's really done a nice job of penetrating the defense. He reads the defense very well. He really cuts and jumps through the gaps. That's about the second time we've seen him, and he's not a real big kid, but he is very quick, and he's done an outstanding job of getting in there and cutting them down for losses.
Loss of 6 yards for Tony Davey. 3rd and 12. Ball's on the ground. Logan picks it up. The quarterback runs the football. He's up to the 30. Slammed to the turf. He's going to be close to that first down marker, Ted. I think he might be just a yard short.
Yeah, he's just short. He's going to be at least a yard short. So it's 4th down. You're down 28-0. It's a downpour in the rain.
You're 2-5 on the season. You would think they would go for it, but
yeah, he's sending on the punt team, but
but they did do a fake in the first half and got the first down with the fake.
You would think Center Grove would definitely make them punt the football away right here.
And again, do not jump offside if you are Center Grove. Shupe, the punter, takes the snap. Punts in the direction of Ackerman. He lets it bounce. He will get away from it. It will roll down to the 28-yard line. 40-yard punt by Shupe.
Yeah, things like that they need to make adjustments on. I mean, first of all, you need to know how hard the wind's blowing. You know that he's not going to. He can't kick it 25 yards past the line of scrimmage. So you need to come up, make sure that you catch that football and keep your field position. You're losing about 15 yards right there, and that's just something you just can't do when you get to playing some of the better teams in this state.
Second offensive possession for the Trojans here in the third quarter. Alex Lucas takes it outside.
Boy, he runs hard.
Still keeping his feet moving. He almost ripped out of that. Flag comes down after the play. Lucas very close to a first down. They're pointing towards Center Grove. May have been something said following the play.
Whether something was said or not, his feet and his balance are really, really good. I mean, it's just incredible how he's able to keep his feet. And, they try to knock him off his pins, but he just continues to stay upright. Personal foul, Center Grove.
Personal foul against Center Grove.
So it's first, Coach, it should be 1st and 10. Should be 1st and 10. It was a dead ball. First and 10.
Center Grove did pick up the first down, and since it's a dead ball, it should be 1st and 15 possibly. 7 minutes to play here in the third. It's 28-zip. Center Grove leads it.
Well, they marked off the penalty, but they took the stakes all the way back. I mean, is it 1st and 10?
because the play by Lucas should stand. He did pick up the first down. So now Hudson runs it here to the near side, wrestled out of bounds.
You can see there when Hudson tries to, rather than turn the ball up, when he tries to get that corner, he just really struggles against some of these more athletic football teams.
Ball placed now at the 26-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 7, 3-yard pickup for Hudson. Handoff Lane Morris off left tackle, rips through an arm tackle. Still moving the pile, and he's getting very, very close to a first down. That's a lot of extra effort on the behalf of Lane Morris. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 for Center Grove. Center Grove doing its quick shift. Handoff goes to Morris. He jumps over the tackler and picks up the first down.
I mean, obviously, Center Grove's running away from Latham. I mean, they moved, they see where Latham is. They move their tight end. He follows the tight end. He goes to the strong side of the field. And wherever on 3rd and 1, you're going to run, you're going to find 78 and make sure you run the other way. And Center Grove did it very well right there.
Maybe you put him at nose tackle right in the middle.
Yeah, that would be difficult. Obviously, then you'd try to run around him on the ends. But they've not had a lot of success running at him. I know that. He's been a dominant force, number 78.
They run right underneath Latham this time with Lane Morris. He's tripped up just shy of the 45.
Yeah, you got two guys. You got Wozniak blocking Latham right there. It's a pretty interesting combination. So one that I'm sure that both coaches are enjoying watching.
Center Grove running a lot of clock, down to 5:15 here in the 3rd, leading 28-0. 2nd down and 4 at the Center Grove 42-yard line. Alex Lucas turns it up, and flag comes down.
They almost took the ball away from him, it looked like. There's a flag down right in the middle of the field, probably a hold.
Holding against the Trojans. North Central taking the penalty.
The one thing Rick also mentioned at halftime, you want to get out of here, not get any injuries. You got a big game next week against Warren Central, and then obviously you start your state tournament. That's, part of that is the process of your quarterback being, very intelligent, watching that play clock, and 4 or 5 seconds here, 6, 7 seconds there, that you run that clock all the way down in a game where you're ahead 28-0 in a pouring rain. All of a sudden you have to run about 6 or 7 less plays for the game, and one of those plays might be a play where you save somebody an injury.
2nd and 14, passing play to Buchanan, and Kyle cannot come down with it. Flag thrown at around
hold.
midfield.
He said hold.
Going to be holding against the defensive
That's probably
back.
a 10-yard penalty.
Amani Nelson, the defensive back, going to be called for the penalty, and that will be an automatic first down for the Center Grove Trojans.
Yeah, they're calling hold, so it's probably only going to be a 10-yard penalty and I think an automatic first down. Might not be a first down. I mean, it's 2nd down. 10 yards makes it 3rd down.
2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Yeah, I guess it's a 10-yard penalty from the scrimmage line, so it'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coach, they spotted the ball and they were throwing the ball off. Tell them to reset the clock. You can't be setting the ball and then switch balls on.
Ball now at the Trojan 42. Hudson here to the near side, sprints it out there, cuts it up, and the ball comes out. He had it stripped away. Latham, the big fella, picks it up at the 40. Hudson had a great run going, and the defensive back came up and was able to put his hand in there and poke it loose, and Darius Latham recovered it.
And it was Hudson's best run of the night. Just an outstanding run, blocked very well by the offensive line by Center Grove. It was going to be about a 25-yard pickup, and all of a sudden the last guy, as he reached in there, just that ball slips and slides so easily on a night like this, and just slipped right out of his hands, and Latham able to pick it up, and North Central going to have the ball at their own 40.
Jalen McIntyre, junior defensive back, knocked it loose. Ball at the 40-yard line. 4:29 to play here in the third, 28-0. Center Grove in front. Only one touchdown so far here in the second half for the Trojans after leading 21-0 at halftime. And Logan, the quarterback, with a very nice run on the quarterback draw, picks up the first down, picks up 10 yards.
Yeah, he's very elusive in there. He doesn't look that fast, and he doesn't look like he's a fantastic runner, but he picked up 10 yards pretty quickly right there, and he seems to be hard to bring to the ground. So he's done a pretty good job for North Central here this evening.
Yeah, when he runs, he's 6'5", he's a skinny guy, but he seems to be able to slide and slip through the running lanes. Ball at the Center Grove 49. On play action, Damian Stone just missed the sack, and Logan runs out of bounds at the 45. Stone almost came up with the sack. He just missed him. 5 yards for Logan. Remember, after the Friday night Trojan football games, meet your friends at the Center Grove Applebee's at the corner of State Road 135 and Smith Valley Road. Enjoy half-price appetizers starting at 9 o'clock every night. The Center Grove Applebee's, there's no place like the neighborhood. Handoff, very close to the first down. Good mark will get them the first down. Milton McLean, the sophomore running back.
I think they're just short.
It'll be third and less than a yard. Ball at the 39-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play here in the third. Lane Morris with the touchdown run for the Trojans here in the third quarter. That's the only scoring so far. Logan from the gun. Inside handoff to McLean. He sidesteps one Center Grove tackler and picks up the first down. Damian Stone takes him to the turf.
You can see North Central, they started out the game with a bang, throwing about a 30-yard reception up the seam. And since that time, they've maybe completed one or two more passes, but their passing game has really went away, and they went back to the running game on this nasty night.
For the time being, it appears, Ted, it's not raining. The field, though, very saturated, but for the time being, the rain has halted.
Yeah, there's still a little mist out there. As you look into the lights, you can see it, coming left or right, but nothing like it was. At halftime, it rained about as hard as it's been raining.
3-yard pickup on the pass play. Reception made by Tony Davey for North Central. 2nd and 7. North Central putting together its best drive of the second half, and Logan fakes the handoff, takes it himself. Picks up one. Tackle made by McFatridge. Again, Michael Logan, his dad, the associate athletic director here at North Central. His dad, Paul Logan, an outstanding linebacker back in the day, back for Coach Bill Blass at Indiana Central, now known as, of course, the University of Indianapolis.
Full of facts down there to our left, isn't he? He's just got all the facts. It don't matter if it's Indiana State, Indiana Central, it doesn't matter. He's got them.
Logan under duress, puts the hand down and stumbles to the 25, picks up the first down.
Well, that's another really fine run. I mean, Logan didn't have anything. He's going back in the pocket. He's checking out his first receiver, second receiver. There's just nobody there. Center Grove putting pressure on him, but he's doing a nice job picking up yards. He's moved the chains for his team, and he's moving them towards the end zone right now.
Down to 1:40 in the third. New set of downs here for the Panthers at the Trojan 25. Center Grove ranked number 4 in the state, leading 28-0. Quick pass, swing pass. Incomplete. They're going to say hit the turf, incomplete. If he makes the catch, he went straight to the turf. It would have been a loss on the play, but they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, you could see Logan had a really hard time getting a grip on that football. I'm sure they're changing footballs and they're drying them off in between, but still it's been raining for such a long time. It's hard to get those balls dry, and right there he was trying to throw that little screen pass out to the right, and he just really couldn't get a grip on the ball.
McLean hit behind the line of scrimmage. Sears hit him first, and Dylan Dallas along with Ponder, they come in to finish him off, dropping for a loss.
Coming down to about a minute left here in the third quarter.
Rick, any update on the Carmel Terre Haute North? Got to get your Carmel connection there to get an update on that game. It was 7-0 Carmel at halftime at Terre Haute North.
Oh, but that's a muddy mess down there.
Yeah.
Terre
Haute North, yeah. Ted, we went down there earlier this year, and of course that was the trip. We had to go make it twice. I think that was the weekend you took off, though.
Yeah, I'm sad that I didn't get to make that drive twice. I
like Terre Haute, but
I always enjoy that drive. Up 70, down 70, the orange barrels.
Going for it all, has a man, and it's knocked down. Well played by the secondary of Center Grove.
That'll bring up
Swan and Knockerman on the coverage, knocking it down.
4th down and about 2, and you're in obviously 4 down territory, and you're down 28-0. So obviously North Central is going to keep the offense out there, but they went for it all in the left corner of the end zone, couldn't come up with it.
James Mitchell, the intended receiver. Panthers need 12 yards.
Look for Logan to run this football. He's been the most effective guy getting the yards.
And there he goes. He takes off. Now bounces out to the right side to flag down.
Oh!
Pass is incomplete. Flag down. Flag down at the 24. Receiver Mitchell.
Downfield.
Dropped it. Penalty is declined. Center Grove will take over on downs. Ted, you ask and you shall receive. Carmel leads it now 21-0, starting the fourth quarter at Terre Haute North.
Carmel's a pretty good football team. They aren't a dominant team like they were last year, where they just take you totally out of the football game. But they're just a really intelligent football team. You watch them play defensively. They don't give up a lot of big plays. They're not real big and strong. I think they only had 2 guys when we played them over 200 pounds. But they're just a very intelligent team, understand what they're trying to get done, and they've been very effective so far this year.
Center Grove with double wing back. Quick hitter by the Center Grove Trojans going to the fullback, Lane Morris. Gets it to the 30-yard line.
Flag.
Another flag down. Flags coming down now after plays. Personal foul against North Central. McAllister Power Systems offers sales, parts, and service for CAT Power Systems. Products such as diesel generators and on-highway truck engines. McAllister Power Systems. Facilities are located in Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Lafayette, South Bend, Terre Haute, and Washington. McAllister Power Systems, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. At 15 yards to the end of that run. Football at the 45-yard line. Clock running down. This will take us to the end of the third quarter. Center Grove in front, leading 28-0 over the North Central Panthers. We'll take a break. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra truck. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
And now a word from your friends from Floors to Go.
This is Joe Trester with Floors to Go here in Greenwood, Indiana. The store has been in business since 1976. We have a new building that has state-of-the-art products: carpet, hardwood, laminate floors, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, ceramic tile, porcelain, bamboo.
The new Floors to Go has more room, more flooring products, and more deals per square foot.
Stay tuned for more from Floors to Go.
Center Grove Trojans put up one score here in the third quarter, increasing its lead to 28-0 as we get things underway here in the fourth quarter. It continues to rain here at North Central. Toward the end of the third quarter, it did slow down a little bit, but at the moment it has picked up again quite a bit. To begin things, the Trojans have the football from its own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Connor Stapleton shakes off a tackler, shakes off another tackler. He's down to 30 and pushed out of bounds at around the 27-28-yard line. Great run by the senior Connor Stapleton. Ted, if he doesn't get pushed out of bounds, I think he goes the distance.
Yeah, and he just barely got pushed out of bounds. There were like 3 times you thought he was going to get pushed out, and he kept his balance, stayed in bounds. His desire was just quite a bit more than the North Central defense right there. I mean, he just continued to push it and gained about 25 or 30 yards.
Yeah, give him 30 yards. Ball
fumble.
Officially placed at the 25. A mishandled snap. We had that last week, Ted, against Ben Davis, and it did cost Center Grove as they turned it over. And a flag comes out following the play. And
that's going to be on Center Grove.
Well, Center Grove is clapping. Let's see. It's going to be against North Central. Another personal foul.
Timeout.
Whistle on the field. Timeout. Center Grove will go to its sideline. So we've seen North Central be called now for several dead ball penalties.
That's at least 3 15-yard unsportsmanlike or, personal foul type penalties, and those are huge penalties.
Coach Shelton out on the field talking to his defensive team right now. I'm sure he's not happy, especially with these penalties following the play. Again, that's just the discipline that you need to play in the MIC conference. You cannot afford these kinds of penalties when you play in the MIC. Again, North Central, I believe maybe the second, if not maybe around the second or third largest school system in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, and it does come down to discipline. I mean, watching a USC team last night, who to me was very undisciplined. To be a top 5 team in the country, you would expect a team, and Lane Kiffin has got to do a much better job at USC getting a more disciplined team. You'd never see a Nick Saban team walk on the field and make the mistakes at USC, and it's the same type of thing here. Eric Moore's team very prepared and usually not going to make those type of mistakes.
Ball placed at the 10-yard line. Calvert sprints out, has a man, Wozniak to the end zone. Did Woz hang on?
No.
Nope, he dropped it. He trapped it. Incomplete. He was open.
He needs to be a better salesman, even if he caught it or he didn't catch it. You need to get up real quickly and throw it to the ref and run off the field. Instead, he's kind of wallering there on the ground and kind of telling the tale that he didn't catch that football. Second and 2.
Should be 2nd and 10 or 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's 2nd and goal.
Yeah,
that's
they
right.
got the ball
what it
at
is.
the 10.
Yeah, they're on the 10.
Yeah, with that penalty. Hudson goes in motion. Calvert, hand off to Lane Morris. He tries to bounce it outside. He gets tripped up. May have hit his own guy.
rarely are you going to see Center Grove throw it 2 times in a row. I mean, they gave it a shot there on first down. I mean, obviously running the football, they've had a lot of success over the years. But every once in a while you'd like to see them throw it 2 or 3 times in a row just to see if defenses would really believe that they might do it. Because once they do throw it once, usually the teams bring 8 up in the box knowing they're going to run it the next play.
3rd and goal at the 10. Calvert under pressure. He gets away from one defender, throws a strike to the end zone.
He'd say no, out.
Out of bounds.
The official by the pylon said he was out.
Center Grove did catch it, but they're going to say he was out of bounds. That is number 9. That is O'Brien, Matt O'Brien, who made the catch, but they're going to say he was out of bounds.
Yeah,
so now we'll see Ben Wheeler kick a field goal here for the Center Grove Trojans. Ted, he kicked the game winner last week from 32 yards from the left hash. This one appears to be right down the middle.
Yeah, it was hard to see. It looked like the receiver, it's all the way on the other side of the field from where we are, but it looked like the receiver set his feet in bounds, before he, caught the football, but they called him out of bounds right away. So obviously it's nothing that we could possibly see from this vantage point.
So it'll be 4th and 10, or 4th and goal at the 10. Center Grove brought out the field goal unit, and now Coach Moore changes things up, brings the offense back out. Going for it here on 4th and goal from the 10. Calvert hands it off to Hudson, gets outside, sprints it up, and he's in there. Touchdown. Logan Hudson scores from 10 yards out, his first score of the night.
Wow.
Interesting play.
Well, it's an interesting call. I mean, it's 4th down and 10, and you're backed up against the end zone. I mean, you just don't have a lot of options, and they just run a sweep, and North Central just totally fell asleep right there. I mean, their defense at times has been as good a defense as we've maybe seen all year, and then but all you have to do is fall asleep for one play out of 4 or 5, and teams are going to score on you.
Logan scores a team-leading now 11 touchdowns on the season. Wheeler with the extra point attempt, again a little high, kicks a line drive.
But he got it off. It's good.
It is good. Again, the snaps have been a little bit high. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with just getting a good handling of the football on those long snaps, but a great job by Buchanan to get it down, and an even a better job by Ben Wheeler to put it through the uprights. Makes it now 35-0. Center Grove leads it with 10:46 to play here in the 4th quarter. And on the scoring drive for Center Grove, 7 plays. They run the ball 5 times. They throw it twice, moving the ball 73 yards in 1:46. Hudson, again, his 11th touchdown of the season. 10 yards out, makes it 35-0. Tonight's game being brought to you by Rick Clark and family, and also Stadium Graphics. Also, Precision Transportation Solutions, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. Precision Transportation Solutions is in need of company drivers and owner-operators with single trucks or fleets to run for its dedicated first-class customers. PTS specializes in secure, high-value, temperature-controlled truckload transportation. To submit an application, visit Precision Transportation Solutions website at less-headaches.com. Wheeler pops it up going into the wind with the kickoff. It's taken at the 25, a big pile up at the 30, and now he runs backwards and taken down at the 25-yard line. And one of the Center Grove players is down. That is Keegan McFactoridge at the 25, and he's
looked like he made the tackle.
Yeah. He did, and he's grabbing at that right knee area. And now McFactoridge gets to his feet and walks off under his own power. And, Ted, that's always a pretty good sign when you can run off the field by yourself.
Yeah, he's limping just a little bit off the right leg, but he made the tackle. I quit watching after he made the tackle and brought the guy down, but then he fell down. So, but he's able to get off on his own power, so he looks like he's fine.
Logan hands it off. Run up the middle. Pretty good running seam. Ball to the 35-yard line.
Might
Good
see a
run
few
by
different faces in there now with the score 35-0.
Damon Roberson Jr. with the run for North Central.
And there's 44 back on the field, so obviously that knee feeling a lot better when they told him he'd get a chance to play a little defense here.
Ted, you talk about North Central. They produce some great football players or professional athletes. Remember Lars Tate?
I do.
Back in the early 80s, played for the University of Georgia. Great running back here for North Central. Of course, I think he's number 2 on the rushing list at Georgia behind the great Herschel Walker, and drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and had a short career with Tampa Bay, a couple of years and 1 year with Chicago. But Lars Tate, a North Central grad. Also remember Derek Mays, played for Notre Dame. Played for the Packers. Super Bowl. Also playing for North Central back in the day, you may recall, Nate Thurman went on to play professional baseball for the Royals and many other teams. Is Nate a little bit younger than you, Ted, maybe?
The only Nate Thurman I remember played basketball. He so
yeah, he is it Gary Thurman? Okay, excuse me.
There we go.
Gary Thurman. I'm sorry. How about that?
Yeah, I was going to say Nate Thurman played basketball, and for
do you remember Gary
for
Thurman?
the Golden State Warriors, I think. So
do you remember Gary though?
I don't.
Played here
sorry
at North
to remember.
Central. Great football player, but also baseball. Played for the Kansas City Royals. He's actually with the Miami Marlins now on their coaching staff. New set of downs here for North Central. 1st and 10 with 8:40 to play in tonight's ball game. Tackle made by Dever behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Play action, pass across the middle, incomplete.
Eric Moore's got to be pretty happy with his team. I mean, you looked at this team, and I didn't feel like to start the year that this was one of the strongest Center Grove teams I've seen for a long time. But, now you look up, and all of a sudden they're going to be, 7-1 after tonight's game, headed into the Warren Central game, which is always a battle. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's always fun to watch, but sometimes it leaves Center Grove a little, lame going into the state as they're looking at a 3rd down here. He got away again.
Logan, the junior quarterback, scampers for the 1st down, and a big splash as he's taken down near the 30. That reminds me back in the day when the Pittsburgh Steelers had Terry Bradshaw, and he would run on those, what was that, Three River Stadium?
Yeah.
It would flood so bad. Water go flying as he would slide across the turf. That's reminiscent there with Logan as he slides for a big pickup, 20 yards.
The kid is an elusive runner. He doesn't look like he's that fast, but he's got some outstanding moves, and he's hard to get your hands on him, and he's made some outstanding runs here tonight for North Central.
Handoff, good tackle. Good textbook tackle by Keith Sears. He's such a great tackler. 1 yard on the play, brings up 2nd and 9. North Central a little late getting this play in. Down to 9 on the play clock as they break huddle.
The quarterback runs all the way to the sideline and picks the play up each play.
This time the Trojans, they get him around the legs. John Dever brings him down. Good tackle by the defensive end, Dever.
Makes it 3rd down and 9. 6:58 left in the game. You can see Logan looks like he's about had it. I mean, obviously he's been running for his life out there a lot tonight, and he's made some outstanding plays. But now he's starting to come over and get the plays each and every time. He's got to be tired.
Third and 9, the call for the Panthers. Center Grove in front, 35-0. 6:20 to play in the fourth, and he releases it, and incomplete pass. Threw it short.
Well, he didn't have a very good grip on the ball again. It looks like at times the ball's really slick. I don't know if the ball's slick or his hands. Obviously, his hands are wet also, but he's just not able to get very good grip on the football, and it's making it very difficult to throw. 4th down and 9.
Darius Latham coming in on this play on the offensive
line.
line.
I think they bring him in. I don't know if he's a tackle or but he looks like he lines up as the
guard. He should be lined up as guard on the roster. On the 2 deep, they say guard, left guard.
They said guard, but the last time he came in, he lined up as a tight end.
Yeah, he lines up on that left side, left tackle right now. Passing play. And now he runs behind Latham on that left side.
Ain't going to make it. That's 4th down.
Did not make it. Tried to run for the first down. Might want to go over and give Logan a hand and help him over to the sideline. It's been a long night for that young man.
Well, he's been very courageous out there. I mean, he's made some great runs. I'll bet he's got 70 or 80 yards rushing at least. And but you can tell it's taken its toll. I mean, Center Grove has continued to hammer him, put him on the ground as much as they can, and he's not a real big-bodied guy anyway, so he's got to be tired.
Turnover on down. Center Grove with the football at its own 24-yard line. We see Joey Siderwitz in there, freshman quarterback, so we are now starting to see some new faces in there. Lee Klinker, freshman, with the carry. Pretty good yardage on first down, picks up 7 yards. Some other new faces we do see in there for Center Grove. Devin Hensley, a sophomore split in. Siderwoods hands it off to Daggett. Daggett tries to rip through a tackle. Doesn't quite get to the first down marker, so we see Calvin Daggett in there now running for the Trojans. On the offensive line, we see Jacob Shoup in there for the Trojans. Austin Smoger. Will Hacker. Ryan Walker, defensive.
Well, I would definitely run time off this clock. They just started right now the time clock. I mean, you could run this all the way down to 4:20. They're going to go ahead and run the play with 15 seconds left. But
also in there, Zeke Sodrell playing. Handoff, I believe that's Klinker. Gets to the line of scrimmage. Didn't quite get the first down.
Did not get it. It's 4th down and 1, and you're punting into that wind.
Bailey Moran also out there, and now we see Ben Wheeler, senior punter, and the punting unit. This is where you go back to the A punting unit.
Well, the first time they punted, they didn't block it very well. There was about 2 or 3 guys from North Central that ran through the gaps and almost blocked the punt. So he dropped it. He drops
the football, and he is tackled. The ball is picked up, and they return it for a touchdown. Again, Wheeler just could not get a good grip on the football, and it is blocked. I'm not even sure they really didn't get the kick off. He just dropped it, and they pick up the football and return it for the touchdown, an 18-yard return.
Yeah, the best
42.
thing to do, I mean, we saw the North Central kicker do the same thing. I mean, the kickers, they think that even when they fumble it around that they've still got time to kick it. Once you fumble it for a second or second and a half, I mean, the best thing to do is just drop on it and at least make their offense earn the 6 points. Instead, you give it that, that try of trying to kick it, and all you do is you end up dropping it. They knock you down. They pick it up. They run it into the end zone. Easy 6 points for North Central.
Ted, I know you just like that right there, the swinging gate.
Oh, yeah.
You're a big fan of the swinging gate.
Yeah, they always set up in it, but nobody ever does anything with it. So I'm if you're going to set up in it, let's see you do something with it. I want to see that gate swing.
Makes it now a 35-7 ball game. The kick is good. All Center Grove tonight, 3:54 left to play in tonight's ball game. Tomorrow, the Center Grove Junior Varsity team will host North Central at 10 o'clock at Ray Skillman Stadium, and the freshman team will come right back here to North Central at 10 o'clock in the morning to play. So, Ted, I'll get a chance to come up here twice. Got to come back here again in the morning.
I drive that big van, and I didn't bring a sleeping bag, but I was going to say I could drive your car home if you wanted to just sleep overnight.
Not a bad idea.
In the van, and
do you have to have a special license to operate that vehicle?
Well, as far as I know, no. So hopefully I won't be stopped on the way home tonight or anything like that. But
pop-up kick here by North Central, taken by Buchanan at the 20-yard line. Just short of the 30 at the 28-yard line. Ted, best thing right now is keep that clock running.
Oh.
Keep the clock running.
Keep it a-moving. Center Grove will not be throwing the football right now.
Honeywell is a Fortune 100 company that invents and manufactures technologies to address tough challenges linked to global macro trends such as safety, security, and energy. With approximately 132,000 employees worldwide, including more than 19,000 engineers and scientists, Honeywell has an unrelenting focus on quality, delivery, value, and technology in everything it makes and does. Find out more at Honeywell.com. Honeywell, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. Well, Elmer might get a little business out of this ball game. Center Grove in front by 28 points. Again, margin of victory is what he'll give you in a discount if you're in need of services for air duct cleaning or dryer vent cleaning. 317-889-1099. Give Elmer a call at Air Cleaning Experts. I'm sure, again, he's trying to finish up a lot of jobs from that $77 discount that he gave.
Well, I didn't get to listen to that game, and I saw the score in the paper the next day. Did Lawrence North actually put 11 guys out on defense each time? Or,
yeah.
Have they just pretty much packed it in for the year?
They just struggled, defensively. There was a time where we had, with Joey Siderwitz, our freshman quarterback in there, Ted, we were down to, the 5-yard line. And they just they didn't even cover up the wide receiver. And Joey checked out of a run play to a passing play and scored easily. I know Coach Moore wasn't too happy, just the fact that, that he did go to the pass, and a great run for the Center Grove Trojans. Austin Smith breaks it open. He's to the 15 and thrown out of bounds. Great run for that young man. Should say Austin Shelton, excuse me. Austin Shelton with the great run for Center Grove. 63 yards on the run for Shelton.
That always bumps up the stats a little bit, Get a little 63-yard run there for you. How'd you do tonight, son? Well, Dad, I carried it twice for 85 yards.
40-some per carry. Inside 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. Lee Klinker, freshman. Inside the 10.
Coach Moore not really interested in scoring here. If these guys happen to score, that, so be it. But he's not looking at pushing it in the end zone. He's just got some of the backups out there right now. And when they get in there, they should be allowed to do the job that they've been trained to do also. So don't expect them to just go down on a knee.
Joey Siderwitz, freshman quarterback, brings the Trojans to the line of scrimmage. Lee Klinker again puts the helmet down. Good yardage. He's to the 5 or inside the 5.
Just short of a first down, it looks like.
Ellis Frozen Yogurt, great place to go after Trojan Friday nights, located at the corner of Fairview Road and 135 behind Mike's Car Wash. Ellis offers 80 toppings along with 10 mouth-watering yogurt flavors. Highly recommend Ella's Frozen Yogurt. Have swirls of fun. Great place to hang out after the big football games on Friday nights. Klinker gets his number called again, trying to move the pile. I believe he has enough for a first down with a good spot. Yeah, it's going to be close. Gets a couple of yards. First and goal. Nope, they flip it to 4th and short. Short.
I thought he said first down.
But the official now
first
says,
down.
There we go. The official now indicates first down.
And now I would guess that they'll put a knee down, but we'll see. I would guess they go into the victory formation and put a knee down, but it doesn't look like it.
Center Grove coming to the line of scrimmage. It appears they will run a play right up the middle.
Didn't get in. Under a minute.
Klinker on the run again. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. 45 seconds to play in tonight's ball game. Ted, we got to think about our player of the game tonight for Center Grove. Siderwitz letting the clock run down. It appears now the Trojans will take a knee and let the clock run out. Clock stops for some reason. There it goes. It keeps going now.
That's it.
And that will be it. That'll be the ball game. So we'll have our Center Grove player of the game, and following the break, again the final tonight, 35-7. The Center Grove Trojans over the North Central Panthers. Center Grove has now won 5 straight, heading into the season finale next Friday night at Ray Skillman Stadium against Warren Central. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Whether you are looking for a low-maintenance community in a luxurious wooded setting such as Sycamore Ridge, the breathtaking views and rolling landscapes of Kensington Grove, the gently rolling hills and convenience of Calvert Farms, the intimate luxury setting of Claiborne, site of the 2006 Homerama, or the private gated communities of Persimmon Woods or Whitetail Woods, Duke Homes has a community to fit your needs. For information about all that Duke Homes and Duke Communities have to offer, visit DukeHomes.com.
Back here one last time at North Central High School. Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell. Final score tonight, Center Grove defeating North Central 35-7. And Ted, Center Grove player of the game tonight. A lot of great contributors. Lane Morris, well over 100 yards rushing tonight, had a touchdown. But tonight we felt like the Trojans did not allow a touchdown, at least an offensive touchdown tonight. So somebody on the defensive side, and we come up with Keith Sears.
Yeah, I thought Keith Sears did a nice job, but like you said, I think more importantly, we're really talking about the entire defense. They really turned the game around when it was 7-0. North Central was driving with the football. They stopped them. North Central got a penalty, and 2 plays later it was 14-0. Center Grove put points on the board, but the defense really came through, did not give up any points. They played very, very well last week against Ben Davis. So Keith Sears kind of led the way, and he's our player of the game.
Yeah, Sears, 7 solo tackles, couple of assists, played extremely well. Linebacker for the Trojans, again, textbook when it comes to tackling. The touchdowns tonight for the Trojans, Connor Stapleton scored first. Calvert had a 1-yard touchdown run in the first half. Amaro recovered a punt in the end zone for a touchdown. And Lane Morris and Logan Hudson scored a touchdown here in the second half. Ted, I think you and Rick both said earlier, get through this game. Hopefully nobody got injured too badly or at all for Center Grove. I know Hanlon, we lost him early in the game. He's a linebacker, a senior. The Trojans definitely need to have him back and ready to go next week against Warren Central. But, again, stay healthy and get ready for Warren.
Yeah, it's always Warren Central's always a battle, and they're gonna they've not had a great season this year. They're not coming in 7-1 or 8-0 or anything like that. Like we're used to seeing them. They've struggled a little bit, but expect them to start playing their best football because they've got the athletes. That they're capable of doing it. They've lost some really close games this year, games that they probably could have won. Just like you mentioned, they probably should have beat Carmel last week. So, it's going to be a battle on the south side next week, and they'll bring their best, and we need to be at our best if we expect to compete with Warren Central.
Tonight's game was produced by Center Grove Gridiron Productions, New 5 Creative, and CenterGroveSportsNetwork.com. The executive director is Aaron Holt, executive producer Matt Murray, game spotter Rick Embry, and statistician John Moore. Special thanks to Center Grove Athletic Director John Zwitt and head football coach Eric Moore, and North Central Associate Athletic Director Paul Logan and head football coach Keith Shelton for their help with tonight's broadcast. Once again, Center Grove winning tonight 35-7. With the win, Center Grove improves to 7-1 on the season, 5-1 in the conference. Still a chance for the Trojans to share a tie for the conference championship if Carmel loses next Friday night against Ben Davis and the Trojans are able to knock off Warren Central. North Central 2-6 on the season, 2-4 in the conference. Until next Friday night when the Trojans host Warren Central, this is Kevin Conrad for Ted Kitchell saying good night, everyone, from North Central High School.